Have you ever walked past someone at school and thought you knew exactly what kind of person they were? Maybe you saw them laughing with friends and assumed their life was perfect. Or maybe you saw them sitting alone and decided they were just shy or unfriendly. Just like this, people assume others entirely just by the gist of them. But here's the truth. We're all like books that have those fancy covers. From the outside, people only see us laughing, studying, or playing sports, just enjoying the best of our lives. They think everything is fine, but they don't see underneath the fancy covers. The pressure we feel, the expectations we're trying to meet, or the feelings we're too scared to share. One day, it hit me that I was no different from those books. At school, I was someone who was thriving, playing volleyball and other sports, interacting with others, and seemed genuinely happy as if I were enjoying my life. But there were moments when I couldn't simply be myself, feeling the pressure to meet everyone's expectations, trying to match the image others had, or hide feelings that felt too complicated to explain. In Korea, many teenagers feel lonely even when they're surrounded by people every day. Even in crowded classrooms and busy schools, a lots of students feel emotionally alone. Studies show that many teenagers struggle with mental health, especially because of intense academic pressure and the constant fear of falling behind. Schools have become places where students feel evaluated, judged, and compared, while the school environment is for growth, not a place where others' precipitation overshadow their development. Many students also feel pressure from their parents' dream and expectations. Sometimes it feels like they're not living their own life, but someone else's. Because of this, teenagers often pretend they're fine, even when they're not. Over time, this makes it harder for them to express who they truly are. This is reflected in real numbers. A national-wide survey from National Library of Medicine found that over 70% of teens reported feeling lonely, with about 18% saying they feel lonely, even, often, or always. In South Korea, the number of young people receiving mental health treatment increased by over 65% between 2022 and 2024, with more teenagers struggles with depression, anxiety, and emotional stress. Not only do young people feel pressure from their families, but also from curating their online identity. On the positive side, many teens say it helps them stay connected with friends, find support, and feel more accepted. With about 30% reporting benefits for friendships and confidence, social media helps teens stay connected and supported. However, research also links social media with higher rates of anxiety and depression, including association between social comparison, cyberbullying, sleep problems, and emotional distress. Teens often compare themselves to idolized image online, which can worsen self-esteem, especially for those already struggling emotionally. Teenagers especially are at a stage where they're figuring out who they are. Teens start to choose the best photos, add filters, and create a version of ourselves that looks perfect on outside. According to a recent survey, 54% of teenagers said it would be harder to give up social media. That means more than half feel dependent on it. Behind many smiles, hidden struggles that people rarely talk about is deeply affecting how teenagers see themselves and others. This made me think more deeply about how we look at others. Stories travel quickly, and single assumption can change how someone is seen. I began to pause before judging and listen instead of assuming. When students and teachers take time to look beyond the surface, to ask, and to consider what might be hidden, we can understand each other better. So next time you walk past someone in the hallway and want you to remember, just like you don't judge a book by its cover, you're only seeing the cover of everyone's life they have lived. Another way of seeing things and smallest voice in the room could belong to someone who understands the most, and the other ones who stay off the field might be the ones creating and discovering who they are. Everyone has their cover, and real understanding begins when we stop look from the outside and choose to look with understanding and an open and welcoming heart. Thank you.